Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, a vibrant hub of culture, modernity, and diversity. Kuala Lumpur is the bustling capital city of Malaysia, located in the heart of peninsular Malaysia. Known for its modern skyline, rich cultural history, and vibrant mix of ethnicities, it is one of Southeast Asia's most dynamic cities. Kuala Lumpur is the beating heart of Malaysia's economy, culture, and politics, drawing visitors from all over the world with its unique blend of modern attractions and traditional charm. Kuala Lumpur is home to some of the world's most iconic structures, with the Petronas Twin Towers standing out as the city's most famous landmark. Once the tallest buildings in the world, these stunning skyscrapers offer breathtaking views from their observation deck, showcasing the city's impressive skyline. Other notable landmarks include the Menara KL Tower, which provides a panoramic view of the city, and the Sultan Abdul Samad Building, a beautiful example of colonial architecture. Additionally, Bathu Caves, a limestone hill housing a series of caves and Hindu temples, attracts thousands of visitors each year. What makes Kuala Lumpur truly unique is its cultural diversity. The city is a melting pot of ethnic groups, including Malays, Chinese, Indians, and a variety of other communities. This blend is reflected in every aspect of life in the city, from its architecture to its festivals and, of course, its cuisine. The Chinatown area, known for its bustling street markets and temples, contrasts beautifully with Little India, a vibrant neighborhood filled with colorful shops, temples, and restaurants. In addition, the traditional Malay village of Kampung Baru offers a glimpse into the old-world charm of KL, with wooden houses and local markets nestled amid the city's growing skyscrapers. The city's rich cultural mosaic is celebrated during major festivals like Chinese New Year, Deepavali, and Hari Raya, where the streets come alive with decorations, parades, and celebrations. Kuala Lumpur is a heaven for shoppers, offering everything from high-end designer boutiques to street-side markets. Surya KLCC, located at the base of the Petronas Towers, is an upscale shopping mall that offers luxury brands and fine dining. Nearby, Pavilion KL and Mid-Valley Megamall are popular shopping destinations, featuring both international retailers and local designers. The city is also a food lover's paradise. Kuala Lumpur's cuisine is as diverse as its people. You can indulge in nasi lemak, Malaysia's national dish, or explore the street food stalls for authentic satay, laksa, and kar kway teow. The food scene is a fusion of Malay, Chinese, Indian, and even Western influences, which makes dining here a unique experience. Markets like Petaling Street, Chinatown, and Jalan Alor in Bukit Bintang offer a vibrant atmosphere for street food enthusiasts. KL is known for its efficient and modern infrastructure. The city's transport system, including the Kuala Lumpur Monorail, LRT, and KTM commuter trains, makes it easy for residents and tourists alike to navigate the city. The Kuala Lumpur International Airport, located just outside the city, is a major international hub that connects Malaysia to the world. The city also boasts well-maintained highways and roads, although traffic congestion is a common issue during peak hours. Despite being a major urban center, Kuala Lumpur offers several green spaces where residents and visitors can escape the hustle and bustle. The KLCC Park, located near the Petronas Towers, is a beautiful green oasis with walking trails, a lake, and a children's playground. The Pardana Botanical Gardens is another lush space in the city, offering scenic views, wildlife, and plenty of opportunities for relaxation. Kuala Lumpur is the economic powerhouse of Malaysia, with a diverse economy that spans sectors such as finance, technology, manufacturing, and tourism. The Kuala Lumpur city centre area is home to multinational corporations, financial institutions, and high-end hotels, making it a key business district in Southeast Asia. The city's financial sector continues to grow, with the Bursa Malaysia Stock Exchange and several regional headquarters located within the city. Additionally, Kuala Lumpur is seeing rapid development in the tech industry, with startups and tech companies flocking to the city in recent years. Kuala Lumpur stands as a testament to Malaysia's growth and transformation. It is a city that respects its past while eagerly embracing the future. From its iconic landmarks and cultural heritage to its world-class shopping, food, and business opportunities, Kuala Lumpur offers something for everyone. Whether you're exploring its vibrant neighborhoods, savouring local dishes, or simply soaking in the panoramic views from a skyscraper, KL is a city that captivates and excites. Kuala Lumpur, Officially the Federal Territory of Kuala Lumpur, and colloquially referred to as KL, is the capital city and a federal territory of Malaysia. It is the largest city in the country, covering an area of 243 square kilometers with a census population of 2,075,600 as of 2024. Greater Kuala Lumpur, also known as the Klang Valley, is an urban agglomeration of 8.8 million people as of 2024. It is among the fastest growing metropolitan regions in Southeast Asia, both in population and economic development. The city serves as the cultural, financial, tourism, political and economic center of Malaysia. It is also home to the bicameral Parliament of Malaysia consisting of the Dewan Rakyat and the Dewan Negara and the Istana Negara, the official residence of the Yang di-Pertuan Agong. Kuala Lumpur was first developed around 1857 as a town serving the tin mines of the region, and important figures such as Yapa Loy and Frank Swettenham were instrumental in the early development of the city during the late 19th century. It served as the capital of Selangor from 1880 until 1978. Kuala Lumpur was the founding capital of the Federation of Malaya and its successor, Malaysia. The city remained the seat of the executive and judicial branches of the Malaysian federal government until these were relocated to Putrajaya in early 1999. However, some sections of the political bodies still remain in Kuala Lumpur. The city is one of the 3 federal territories of Malaysia, enclaved within the state of Selangor, on the central west coast of peninsular Malaysia. Since the 1990s, the city has played host to many international sporting, political and cultural events, including the 1998 Commonwealth Games, 2001 Southeast Asian Games, 2017 Southeast Asian Games, Formula 1, MotoGP and FIFA World Youth Championships. Kuala Lumpur has undergone rapid development in recent decades and is home to the tallest twin buildings in the world, the Petronas Towers, which have since become an iconic symbol of Malaysian development. Kuala Lumpur is well connected with neighbouring urban metro regions such as Petaling Jaya via the rapidly expanding Klang Valley Integrated Transit System. Residents of the city can also travel to other parts of peninsular Malaysia as well as to Kuala Lumpur International Airport KLIA via rail through KL Central. Kuala Lumpur was ranked the 6th most visited city in the world on the Mastercard Destination Cities Index in 2019. The city houses 3 of the world's 10 largest shopping malls. Kuala Lumpur ranks 70th in the world and the 2nd in Southeast Asia after Singapore for the Economist Intelligence Unit's Global Livability Ranking and 9th in ASPAC and 2nd in Southeast Asia after Singapore for KPMG's Leading Technology Innovation Hub 2021. Kuala Lumpur was named World Book Capital 2020 by UNESCO. In 2024, Kuala Lumpur was ranked 2nd for the best outstanding city in Southeast Asia after Singapore and 135th in the world by the Oxford Economic Papers Global Cities Index. Kuala Lumpur means muddy confluence in Malay. Kuala is the point where two rivers join or an estuary, and Lumpur means mud. One suggestion is that it was named after Sungai Lumpur Muddy River. In the 1820s, a place named Sungai Lumpur was said to be the most important tin-producing settlement up the Klang River. However, this derivation does not account for this. Kuala Lumpur lies at the confluence of Gombak River and Klang River, and therefore should be named Kuala Gombak, since the Kuala is typically named after the river that joins a larger river or the sea. Some have argued that Sungai Lumpur in fact extended down to the confluence and therefore the point where it joined the Klang River would be Kuala Lumpur, although this Sungai Lumpur is said to be another river joining the Klang River 1.5 kilometers 1 mile upstream from the Gombak confluence, or perhaps located to the north of the Batu Caves area. It has also been proposed that Kuala Lumpur was originally named Pengklan Lumpur, Muddy Landing Place, in the same way that Klang was once called Pengklan Batu Stone Landing Place, but became corrupted into Kuala Lumpur. Another theory says that it was initially a Cantonese word lampa, meaning flooded jungle or decayed jungle. There is no firm contemporary evidence for these suggestions other than anecdotes. The name may also be a corrupted form of an earlier forgotten name. Kuala Lumpur is considered by some to have been founded by the Malay chief of Klang, Raja Abdullah, who sent Chinese miners into the region to open tin mines in 1857. Although it is unclear who the first settlers were, since there were likely settlements at the Gombak Klang River confluence prior to that in the 1820s. Chinese miners were known to be involved in tin mining up the Selangor River in the 1840s, about 16 kilometers 10 miles north of present-day Kuala Lumpur, and Mandailing Sumatrans led by Raja Asal and Sultan Puasa were also involved in tin mining and trade in the Ulu Klang region before 1860. And Sumatrans may have settled in the upper reaches of Klang River in the first quarter of the 19th century, or possibly earlier. Kuala Lumpur was originally a small hamlet of just a few houses and shops at the confluence of the Sungai Gombak and Sungai Klang River. Kuala Lumpur became established as a town circa 1857 when Raja Abdullah bin Raja Jafar, aided by his brother Raja Jumaat of Lukud, raised funds from Malaccan Chinese businessmen to hire Chinese miners from Lukud to open new tin mines there. The miners landed at Kuala Lumpur and continued on foot to Ampang, where they opened the first mine. Kuala Lumpur was the furthest point up the Klang River to which supplies could conveniently be brought by boat, and therefore became a collection and dispersal point serving the tin mines. Despite a high death toll from the malarial conditions of the jungle, the Ampang mines succeeded and exported the first tin in 1859. At that time, Sultan Puasa was already trading near Ampang. Two traders from Lukud, Q Siu and Yapa Eszidi, arrived in Kuala Lumpur and set up shops to sell provisions to miners in exchange for tin. The town, spurred on by tin mining, started to develop around Old Market Square Medan Pasar, with roads radiating out towards Ampang as well as Pudu and Bathu. The destinations became the names of these roads: Ampang Road, Pudu Road and Bathu Road, where miners had also begun to settle in. And Petaling and Damansara. The miners formed gangs, and the gangs frequently fought in this period, particularly factions of Kuala Lumpur and Kanching, mainly over control of the best tin mines. Leaders of the Chinese community were conferred the title of Kapitan Sina, Chinese headman, by the Malay chief, and Hu Siu, the early Chinese trader, became the first Kapitan of Kuala Lumpur. The third Chinese Kapitan of Kuala Lumpur, Yapa Loy, was appointed in 1868. Important Malay figures of early Kuala Lumpur also included Haji Muhammad Tahir, who became the Dato Dagang, chief of traders. The Minangkabau of Sumatra became another important group who traded and established tobacco plantations in the area. Notable Minangkabau included their headman, Dato Sati Atsman Abdullah, and Haji Muhammad Taib, who was involved in the early development of Kampung Baru. The Minangkabau were also significant socio-religious figures. For example, Atsman bin Abdullah was the first Qadi of Kuala Lumpur, as well as Muhammad Nur bin Ismail. Early Kuala Lumpur was a small town that suffered from many social and political problems. The buildings were made of wood and attap palm frond thatching. The buildings were prone to catching fire, and due to a lack of proper sanitation, the town was plagued with diseases. It also suffered from a constant threat of flooding due to its location. The town became embroiled in the Selangor civil war, in part over control of revenue from the tin mines. Yapa Loy allied himself with Tengku Kudin and the Heksan secret society. They fought against a rival secret society, Wihin, whom allied themselves with Raja Mehdi. Raja Asal and Sultan Puasa switched sides to Raja Mehdi, and Kuala Lumpur was captured in 1872 and burnt to the ground. Yap escaped to Klang, where he assembled another fighting force and recaptured Kuala Lumpur in March 1873, defeating Raja Mehdi's forces with the help of fighters from Pahang. The war and other setbacks, such as dropping tin prices, led to a slump. A major outbreak of cholera caused many to flee. The slump lasted until late 1879, when rising prices for tin allowed the town to recover. In late 1881, the town was severely flooded after a fire that had destroyed the entire town in January. With the town being rebuilt a few times and having thrived, this was due in large to Yapa Loy. Yap, together with Frank Swettenham, who was appointed the resident in 1882, were the two most important figures of early Kuala Lumpur, with Swettenham credited with its rapid growth and development and its transformation into a major urban centre. The early Chinese and Malays settled along the east bank of the Klang River. The Chinese mainly settled around the commercial centre of Market Square. The Malayas, and later Indian Chettiars and Muslims, resided in the Java Street area, now Jalan Tun Perak. In 1880, the colonial administration moved the state capital of Selangor from Klang to the more strategically advantageous Kuala Lumpur, and British resident William Bloomfield Douglas decided to locate the government buildings and living quarters to the west of the river. government offices and a new police headquarters were built on Bukit Aman, and the Padang initially created for police training. The Padang, now known as Merdeka Square, would later become the center of the British administrative offices when the colonial government offices moved to the Sultan Abdul Samad building in 1897. Frank Swettenham, on becoming the British resident, began improving the town by cleaning up the streets. He also stipulated in 1884 that buildings should be constructed of brick and tile so that they would be less flammable, and that the town be rebuilt with wider streets to reduce fire risk. Captain Yap Aloy bought a sprawling piece of real estate to set up a brick factory for the rebuilding of Kuala Lumpur, the eponymous brick fields. Demolished atap buildings were replaced with brick and tile buildings, and many of the new brick buildings had 5-foot-ways and Chinese carpentry work. This resulted in a distinct eclectic shophouse architecture typical to this region. Captain Yap Aloy expanded road access, linking tin mines with the city with the main arterial routes of the present Ampang Road, Puru Road and Petaling Street. As Chinese captain, he held wide powers on a par with Malay community leaders. Law reforms were implemented and new legal measures introduced to the assembly. Yap also presided over a small claims court. With a police force of 6, he was able to uphold the rule of law, constructing a prison that could accommodate 60 prisoners at a time. Yap Aloy also built Kuala Lumpur's first school and a major tapioca mill in Petaling Street, in which the Selangor Sultan Abdul Samad held an interest. A railway line between Kuala Lumpur and Klang, initiated by Swettenham and completed in 1886, increased access and resulted in rapid growth. The population grew from 4,500 in 1884 to 20,000 in 1890. As development intensified in the 1880s, is putting pressure on sanitation, waste disposal and other health measures. A sanitary board created on 14 May 1890 was responsible for sanitation, road upkeep, street lighting and other functions. This would eventually become the Kuala Lumpur Municipal Council in 1948. In 1896, Kuala Lumpur was chosen as the capital of the newly formed Federated Malay States. The geography of Kuala Lumpur is characterized by the huge Klang Valley, bordered by the Titiwangsa Mountains in the east, several minor ranges in the north and the south, and the Strait of Malacca in the west. Kuala Lumpur is a Malay term that translates to muddy confluence and is located at the confluence of the Klang and Gombak rivers, which flow into the Selangor River. Located in the center of Selangor State, Kuala Lumpur was a territory of Selangor State government. In 1974, Kuala Lumpur was split off from Selangor to form the first federal territory governed directly by the Malaysian federal government. Its location in the most developed state on the west coast of peninsular Malaysia, which has a wider stretch of flat land than the east coast, has helped it develop faster than other cities in Malaysia. The municipality covers an area of 243 square kilometers, with an average elevation of 81.95 m, highest point being Bukit Nanas at 94 meters above sea level. Protected by the Titiwangsa Range in the east and Indonesia's Sumatra Island in the west, Kuala Lumpur is sheltered from strong winds and has a tropical rainforest climate. Köppen climate classification AF, hot, humid and sunny, with abundant rainfall, especially during the northeast monsoon season from October to March. Temperatures tend to remain constant. Maximums hover between 32 and 35 degrees Celsius, 90 and 95 degrees Fahrenheit, and sometimes topping 38 degrees Celsius 100.4 degrees Fahrenheit, while minimums hover between 23.4 and 24.6 degrees Celsius 74.1 and 76.3 degrees Fahrenheit, and have never fallen below 17.8 degrees Celsius 64.0 degrees Fahrenheit. Kuala Lumpur typically receives at least 2,600 millimeters of rain annually. June to August are relatively dry, but even then rainfall typically exceeds 131 millimeters 5.2 in a month. Kuala Lumpur is highly prone to severe thunderstorms and lightning strikes. The Klang Valley, including Kuala Lumpur, is one of the places where thunderstorms are most frequently observed on Earth. Floods are frequent in Kuala Lumpur after heavy downpours, especially in the city centre, because irrigation structure lags behind the intense development in the city. Smoke from forest fires in nearby Sumatra and Kalimantan sometimes casts a haze over the region and is a major source of pollution, along with open burning, motor vehicle emissions, and construction. Kuala Lumpur and its surrounding urban areas form the most industrialized and economically the fastest growing region in Malaysia. Despite the relocation of federal government administration to Putrajaya, certain government institutions such as Bank Negara Malaysia, National Bank of Malaysia, Companies Commission of Malaysia and Securities Commission as well as most embassies and diplomatic missions have remained in the city. The city remains the economic and business hub of the country. Kuala Lumpur is a center for finance, insurance, real estate, media and the arts of Malaysia. Kuala Lumpur is rated the only global city in Malaysia, according to the Globalization and World Cities Study Group and Network. Bursa Malaysia, or the Malaysia Exchange, is based in the city and forms one of its core economic activities. As of 5th July 2013, the market capitalization stood at $505.67 billion. The gross domestic product GDP for Kuala Lumpur is estimated at RM 73,536 million in 2008 with an average annual growth rate of 5.9% by 2015. The GDP had reached RM 160,388 million, representing 15.1% of the total GDP of Malaysia. The per capita GDP for Kuala Lumpur in 2013 was RM 79,752 with an average annual growth rate of 5.6%. and RM 94,722 in 2015. Average monthly household income is RM 9,073,200 as of 2016, growing at a pace of approximately 6% a year. The service sector, comprising finance, insurance, real estate, business services, wholesale and retail trade, restaurants and hotels, transport, storage and communication, utilities, personal services and government services form the largest component of employment, representing about 83.0% of the total. The remaining 17% comes from manufacturing and construction. The large service sector is evident in the number of local and foreign banks and insurance companies operating in the city. Kuala Lumpur is poised to become the global Islamic financing hub with an increasing number of financial institutions providing Islamic financing and the strong presence of Gulf financial institutions such as the world's largest Islamic bank, the Al Rajhi Bank and Kuwait Finance House. Apart from that, the Dow Jones and Company is keen to work with Bursa Malaysia to set up Islamic exchange trade funds, which would help raise Malaysia's profile in the Gulf. The city has a large number of foreign corporations and is also host to many multinational companies' regional offices or support centers, particularly for finance and accounting and information technology functions. Most of the country's largest companies have their headquarters here, and as of December 2007, and excluding Petronas, there are 14 companies that are listed in Forbes 2000 based in Kuala Lumpur. There has been growing emphasis on expanding the economic scope of the city in other service activities, such as research and development, which support the rest of the economy of Malaysia. Kuala Lumpur has been home for years to important research centers such as the Rubber Research Institute of Malaysia, the Forest Research Institute Malaysia, and the Institute of Medical Research. A new financial district for Kuala Lumpur is currently under construction, the Tun Razak Exchange, formerly known as Kuala Lumpur International Financial District. The TRX's landmark and prominent building is the Exchange 106 Tower. The 70-acre development will be situated in the heart of Kuala Lumpur and will serve international finance and business opportunities. The new financial hub is a strategic enabler of the Malaysian government's Economic Transformation Program, an initiative by the Malaysian government to turn Malaysia into a high-income economy nation. Tourism plays an important role in the city's service-driven economy. Many large worldwide hotel chains have a presence in the city. One of the oldest hotels is the Hotel Majestic. Kuala Lumpur is the 6th most visited city in the world, with 8.9 million tourists per year. Tourism here is driven by the city's cultural diversity, relatively low costs, and wide gastronomic and shopping variety. MICE tourism, which mainly encompasses conventions, has expanded in recent years to become a vital component of the industry and is expected to grow further once the Malaysian government's Economic Transformation Program kicks in and with the completion of a new 93,000 square meter size Maytrade Center in 2014. The Maytrade Agency is also the owner of the Malaysia International Trade and Exhibition Centre, the largest trade and exhibition centre of Malaysia, which is a component of the larger KL Metropolis development situated in the suburb of Segambut. Another notable trend is the increased presence of budget hotels in the city. The major tourist destinations in Kuala Lumpur include the Petronas Twin Towers, the Bukit Bintang Shopping District, the Kuala Lumpur Tower, Petaling Street Chinatown, the Merdeka Square, the Kuala Lumpur Railway Station, the House of Parliament Building, the National Palace Istana Negara, the National Planetarium, the National Science Centre, the National Art Gallery Balai Seni Negara, the National Theatre Istana Buddha, the National Museum, the Royal Museum, the National Textile Museum, Islamic Arts Museum, Telecom Museum, Royal Malaysian Police Museum, the National Mosque of Malaysia Masjid Negara, Federal Territory Mosque Masjid Vilayah, Sultan Abdul Samad Building, DBKL City Theatre Panggung Bandaraya, Medan Pasar, Central Market, Kerala Bird Park, Kerala Butterfly Park, Aquaria KLCC, Saloma Link Pintasan Saloma, the National Monument, and religious sites such as the Sultan Abdul Samad Jamek Mosque, Thien Ho Temple and Buddhist Mahavihara in Brickfields. Kuala Lumpur plays host to many cultural festivals such as the Thaipusam procession at the Sri Mahmariamman Temple. Every year during the Thaipusam celebration, a silver chariot carrying the statue of Lord Muruga together with his consort Valli and Tevyani would be paraded through the city beginning at the temple all the way to Batu Caves in the neighbouring Gombak, Selangor. The primary entertainment and shopping district of the city is mainly centered in the Golden Triangle encompassing Jalan P. Ramlee, Jalan Sultan Ismail, Jalan Bukit Bintang, Ampang Road and Bintang Walk.